All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Let me get this up here. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday. Why is this light so dull? Let me just fix this light, guys. There we go. That's better. All right. What's going on, everyone? Let me fix this. Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, guys? Happy Tuesday. Big sell-off in Asia. Gold with a decent sell-off. Silver with the nice sell-off. You guys who were here yesterday, we had a nice call on the silver shorts yesterday. Unfortunately, we just got squeezed out for minus $200, but then it did end up pushing right back down. Let me just get you guys over here. Let me get Discord up. Where are we? Let me see. Alright, we got Discord up here. Alright, there we go. Did you guys trade Asia last night? It's a bit of a funny one because the daily candle closures were very strange. But you had a great sell-off on gold, great sell-off on silver. Afternoon, everyone. What's going on? Good morning, Robin. Good morning. Welcome back. And you had that great sell-off on silver as well. It was a bit tough because there was no real daily bias, but that was a very nice short. Very nice short on silver. Very nice short on gold. It's a bit of a shame because I wanted to get it to my personal to swing down into these liquidity lows, but unfortunately, yeah, I just didn't really see a reason to short it before going to sleep last night. So, unfortunately, I didn't get it because it was a... How much was a move of this? It was a... Look at that, 1,300 tick move. Wow. Got 500 ticks in Asia. Nice. Which trade did you get, Ian? Which trade did you get, man? Even this long. How much was this long? Tag lows, close bullish. 175 ticks. Nice. You got short on the spot on the hourly short. Nice. Audio video good. Awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. If any of you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 7 years and mainly focused on gold futures here in the European session. So good to be back on with you guys. You guys know, I don't know why my camera looks a little bit dull, but it's all good. Now, before we do anything, guys, let's have a quick look at the news. See what we got for the day. I don't believe we have very much. Let's have a look. Trump, Iran wants to make a deal with the US. Okay, that was overnight. In terms of scheduled in news, nothing really. We got some Canadian dollar CPI at 1:30 London time, but nothing for the US dollar. Wednesday is obviously the big day. You have FOMC meeting minutes, and then Friday also very big day. You got advanced GDP, and you got core PC price index, and you got PMI. So Friday's going to be the big day in the markets. Now, with how gold is selling off here, well, I mean, we'll see what we get for London. This is a very decent sell-off here on gold. A very nice sell-off. Like I said, I wanted to short this on gold, but I didn't see a reason to short it last night. But the reason I wanted to sell this is, look how you have these big rejections on gold. And like what I say to you guys every single day, what's gold going to do if it has a true move up or down? It's always going to come down and re-grab the lows. And if it hasn't re-grabbed the lows, then that becomes your liquidity level. So you ended up having a great sell-off. You broke back below 5,000. You retested just very simple support, resistance. You support, broke it, retested, huge sell-off. So it was a very decent short. So coming into London, I mean, it's tough because this daily is now at support. But do I want to short gold right away after we've just, buy gold after we've just sold off 900 to all in all 1,400 ticks. Not really, but we are at very nice daily support for gold. We're also at previous weekly lows. We're at previous weekly lows on a Tuesday morning. So could that be a good sign that we start to wick back above? I mean, I would say so. I would say yes to that rather than trying to short gold. I'm just getting my currency chart up here so we can have a look. Gold's already having a pretty decent bounce. Hourly time frame though, we are very bearish. You know, we're bearish. We're coming into some big resistance right here. So I guess we have to see how we're going to react around here for gold. See how we're going to react around here. You break above, cool. You go along. You could also hold it a little bit. Gold's going to be a little bit tough again coming into London. There's no downside levels. There's no upside levels. You're kind of just playing within range to range. You already had a very nice bounce here. So yeah, see how gold reacts around here. But gold's gonna need a lot of time here. Gold's gonna need a lot of time. Look at NQ. Only if you say please. Where's the manners? Look at NQ now. No one cares about gold. We'll look at NQ. We'll look at all markets. Location currently, Eddie, is Spain. Still in Spain, man. Still in Spain. There was this nice short that we called yesterday on silver. Just got squeezed out in the London session. You did end up having a nice nice pullback like we said. You also, same as gold, came down into this lower liquids level and actually came much lower here on silver. So again, silver's had a great sell-off here in Asia. Gold, amazing sell-off. Silver, also amazing sell-off. So you guys, give me 1,000. Give me a 1,500 tick trade now. Pass my combine for me ASAP. Stop talking and just give me signals, all right? We'll get there. We'll get there. So silver is at nice support. Nice daily support for silver. Yeah. Nice, Philip. Yeah. Sounds about right. Again, you're also below last week's low. Why do these things come back to me? You're below last week's low again. Could act as nice support. It's tough for London because you're very likely range. Why? Because Asia's had a huge sell-off. So even if gold and silver are going to see a pullback off this major support, well, you're not going to do it in London if Asia's just sold off hundreds, to, if not thousands of ticks. So I do like silver to come for a decent retracement. You know, you have a very big trend line coming down like this that I believe you could come up and squeeze. You're below weekly lows. So do I want to sell below weekly lows? Not at all. I want to be looking for longs. I want to be looking for longs below weekly lows. So understand on the higher time frame, where are these markets at right now? Like I say, it would have been great to short in Asia, but we didn't. We don't trade Asia. However, now that we're below these lows, this could be a nice level where we would find support. Like I say, I wouldn't want to be a seller after you've liquidated day lows. If anything, that's where I want to be a potential buyer. But if I want to be a potential buyer, I would have to see some very decent breakouts to want to trade this price action, especially in London. Especially in London. So if we get some quick trades, cool, we'll see, just like yesterday. But I'm not going to be looking for a big trending breakout move in London. It'll very likely just be seeing if we can play some ranges. Maybe we played gold for a little retracement off this resistance, same as silver, before maybe you see the big move into New York session. So we'll have a look at let's have a look at NQ, not natural gas. NQ, where are we? What do we close? Again, it was a US bank holiday yesterday, so that was the range I said I don't want to trade in. Again, same thing as NQ. We are below some very nice, very nice daily lows. And look at all these daily highs up here that you haven't really grabbed any daily highs. Which, if you ever see anything like that on NQ, price loves to come up and liquidate highs before having a sell-off. And if we haven't liquidated highs, we got 1, 2, 3 equal daily highs. Again, there's a chance that you could come all the way right back up into them highs. So again, NQ, very nice support. NQ hasn't pushed as much as gold and silver, so this actually kind of looks nicer. Again, I'm not going to start trading NQ just because gold isn't moving nice right now. But this is a nice liquidity grab. and an hourly fake out. So look at this. You came down. Again, you weren't looking for a huge trade, but you came down. Here's some lows. You grabbed the lows. You closed bearish. Instantly closed right back above. And now you're getting that great retracement and flip. So that's a pretty perfect hourly fake out right there on NQ. So I think NQ longs back up into this VWAP and back up into this support around 24,680-ish. Looks pretty nice. I would say the NQ longs are looking nicer than gold right now. Yeah, that's crazy, Anship. My friend who trades NQ just said, I don't trade gold, it's too volatile. That's crazy. It's still not as crazy as NQ. I mean, the moves are big, but the price action's nowhere near as volatile. The moves on NQ are way more erratic than gold. But in terms of the actual tick move, yeah, moving very, very, very large. But price action, I still think gold is so much nicer than NQ. So much nicer, especially if you're trading throughout the day as well. But yeah, it's crazy how we've gone from saying NQ's too volatile to now you got gold literally selling off hundreds to thousands of ticks in an Asian session. You can see it like this, down 1,400 ticks. The big news is in the email, man. That's what it's about. It's in the email. If you're on my story, you have to subscribe to the email list. So it's all in there, man. Big secret. Big secret. So yeah, gold for London. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It's gonna be very unlikely to get a clean setup here. Why? Because you got no high time frame levels. You got no liquidity levels. That doesn't mean we can't take intraday scalps, but yeah, it's gonna be a very risky trade if we do. You've got support. You got support here. After grabbing lows, you got resistance right here. Because yeah, I think if any market's looking nice as NQ. Unfortunately, gold you could comfortably walk away for 3-4 hours of price action, see how it develops, and then trade. So let's we'll see how this hourly closes. If we failed to close above the highs, there's a potential for just a bit of a pullback. Again, I wouldn't be looking for gold to have a whole new leg lower. Why? Because we're below higher time frame lows. You're below daily lows and you're below weekly lows. Think about silver, the hourly flip. Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. So, I can definitely see what you're thinking. My only concern with silver right now is you're buying an hourly flip right into resistance after Asia's had a huge sell-off. It's my only concern. Right now it's pretty late in this hourly. Yeah, this hourly is going to close in 13 minutes. So it's a little bit late. Yes, that's exactly what it is, dude. You can't give it away like that, man. It does work, exactly. Don't underestimate it. It works, man. It's a secret. It's FOMC this week. Yeah, we got a lot of news this week from Wednesday onwards. There's nothing on the calendar at all today. But tomorrow, 7 PM London time, you have FOMC meeting minutes. And then on Friday, you have a lot of news. You got advanced GDP for the US dollar. You got core PCE price index at 1:30 London time. And then 2:45 London time, you have flash manufacturing PMI. So yes, you do have a lot this week. You have a lot. But no, still this silver flip, personally, I wouldn't take this trade. Yeah, I'd have to wait for a very decent breakout. A very, very, very decent breakout. Because like I say, you've sold off, you pushed up, you sold off, so it's a very, very, very aggressive range. If anything, I like gold for potential shorts, just playing this resistance. It's the only real thing I see right now. I don't see any real big breakout trades here. So it'll just be pretty small scalps. I'd say small scalps. How much are we moving? Even if it was just down to hourly lows, 150 ticks. Still a decent move. Yeah, bad for hypertrophy, exactly. Is Spain affordable? Yes, Spain's affordable. It depends where you go. Depends where you go. Where I am here in Spain, it's unnecessarily expensive. It's not my scene. But is there other parts of Spain that are affordable? Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Spain's a huge, huge, huge country, so it can be as affordable or as expensive as you would like. Yeah, Mallorca's beautiful. Yep. Been to Mallorca when I was young. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, Sean. Yeah, it's not even that nice either, man. It's just very like materialistic, to be honest. Good question, David. The most important news to be aware of is if you go onto your calendar. I just look at the red folder US news. Any red folder US news doesn't mean I can't trade. I just want to be cautious that it's coming up. For example, like if you trade London tomorrow on Wednesday, or let's say Friday, you're trading London and the markets are ranging, but you don't understand you have GDP, PCE price index, and PMI later on. 3 huge high impact news, and you get chopped up, you're going to kick yourself. So coming on to the morning of Friday, I could just be a little bit more cautious because I have 3 major US dollar news events later on, and the markets could easily range waiting for that news. Yeah, pretty much on. Yeah, it's not great to most, man. It's probably the least favorite part we have been to. Yeah, VWAP is just support and resistance to most, man. You just, if you're buying, then it's a level to maybe look to manage risk. It's just, honestly, just support and resistance. You have to have the whole entire plan dialed down first, but it's just support and resistance. Like if I'm buying gold, we start coming into VWAP, then I'll manage my risk. Same as there was a silver trade that Giant the community took. I don't know if you had VWAP, but there's VWAP above here. It's just, yeah, just support and resistance. If, you know, if I buy gold, we've got VWAP right here. We have these lows here. It's probably just a good confluence to manage a trade. But it's not something I would look at until you have everything else like fully dialed down. VWAP's just something I'll just look at to see where it is. It's not a confluence I will just take trades off. Like I won't take a trade just because we're bouncing off VWAP or we're breaking above it, for example. So that's why I would say don't, you know, have every single other confluence of our plan down first, and then you can put it on. But yeah, for me, it's just support and resistance. If I, you know, maybe short gold, I'm shorting into it. If I buy gold, I'm buying up into the VWAP. Maybe like here, for example. Also, sometimes when you're like this far away from it, here, there's a chance that you can come right back to it. I've saved myself a lot of losses when you're very, very, very far away from VWAP, especially in London. I don't trade because you can pull right back down into it. We've seen that happen a lot. This isn't how it was on the day. But sometimes, yeah, sometimes... For example, down here, like when price is down here and VWAP's all the way up here, well, I won't short down here because you can easily pull back up before then maybe getting short. So it can also save you a lot of losses as well. Yeah, it can also save you a lot of unnecessary trades. If you're looking to sell gold, but you're all the way down here and you got VWAP all the way up there, just wait for the pullback. Same thing here. You have a huge sell-off. Well, I don't want to be a seller down here. Maybe you grab lows, you close bullish, cool, buying back up into VWAP. And that was a trade that some of the guys took yesterday, which was probably the nicest trade that I have seen so far this week. Is you have your liquidity grab, you have your bullish breakout back above 5,000, and you're buying for a retracement into these levels, which also lines up nicely with that VWAP. So that's a good word right there. The main reason to go in long isn't a VWAP, it's because you've grabbed lows, you've closed bullish above 5,000, and you have a retracement. We have been over NQ. NQ, I also like longs. NQ longs look good to me as well. You have a nice hourly fake out. I would already be in the NQ longs personally. If I was trading NQ, I'd be in this flip right here. I would be in that. If I was trading NQ, same way I trade gold, that would be the trade I'd be looking to take right away. You tagged lows, you broke bearish, you broke straight back bullish, get long right away. Straight away. As soon as candle closes, boom, I'll be buying there. But I don't trade NQ, but personally, yeah, I like the longs as well. Especially on NQ, you have a lot of equal daily highs. So I would be targeting NQ, you know, back up into 24,750, maybe even new high of day, and I'd be watching yesterday's highs as well. But would you get that big of a move in London session? Probably not. But overall today, yeah, I would be watching current high of day and yesterday's high as potential buy targets. Let me put this on here, and right here. But for London, would I trade that big of a move? Probably not. I would just be happy with a bit of a pullback on gold. Sorry, NQ. But yeah, if I was buying NQ, I would be in long right at this hourly flip, because that's our perfect hourly fake out. Hey Alex, no, I don't. There's no play community anymore, man. Just the mentorship. Don't have the Discord access anymore, man. Sorry, man. I may have missed your message. Why is 5,000 a key level? It's a very big psychological level. Gold loves to respect the higher time frame psychological levels. The 4,500s, the 750s, the 5,000. All the 100 levels on gold, they get respected very well, especially 5,000. 5,000 is a very round psychological level that the markets love to bounce off. You get a lot of transactions and volume around that level. A lot. And it's, you know, again, if you want to keep it even more simpler, well, it's just a previous level of support. Big resistance, big resistance, big resistance, broke above, support, 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 broke it, resistance today, sold off. So breaking back above a nice support level. Also, round psychological level of 5,000. Anytime you break back above 5,000, you have these great pushes. Anytime you trade below it, you usually sell off. See here? You break above, great push. Great push. So it's a nice support and resistance level. Let's have a look, Adam. So I took long on gold at the at 7:30. Let's have a look. Which one, man? You got as in this current 30, man. This current 30. Or maybe this one. Maybe did you buy this one? Or down here? If you have a chart, man, it might be easier to see. What those NQ levels, explain them. I already did. I've already been through the levels in NQ. If you weren't here, just scroll back. Explain them. So I've already explained them. I just say, can you explain them? What's going on with everyone today? Everyone getting wiped out in these markets? Not. Can you explain them, please? Explain them. I didn't come on this stream with these levels drawn here. I put these levels here together. And if you haven't missed it, please go back and watch it. Because if I have to re-go over every single time I draw a level on my chart, then you guys who have been tuning in will be like, why does he keep explaining everything again? So it's all explained. I don't just ever draw random lines on my charts and expect you guys to just understand it. I explain exactly why I'm drawing these levels, why they're significant, why I'm looking for longs. Absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. Nice, let's have a look at them. Nice. There you go, man. Let me see. Oh yeah, so you got long here. Let's have a look, man. So you got long here. Yeah, this would be a very risky entry for me, man, just because, you know, although it is a nice liquidity level here, you are buying against a 1,400 tick push down. So personally, I wouldn't buy this, even though I know it's playing out now. If gold's pushing down, gold's pushing down. I personally would never buy gold after a 1,400 tick sell-off, because you could also just range for hours. and this you can just get chopped up. If the markets have already moved down, you know, 1,400 ticks, and maybe I haven't got it, then I'm like, I just have to accept that. But if you've already sold off 1,400 ticks, yeah, I certainly won't buy it, and I certainly won't sell it. The only thing I can do is walk away and let price action develop. So yeah, personally, I wouldn't buy that, man. Yeah, break even's good there, man. Break even's good because it's very, very risky, and also the hourly still closed very bearish. And if gold's gonna have a retracement, we typically expect the hourly time frame to, if we did this, you know, if the hourly time frame came down, re-grabbed the lows and held above, and you had a bit of a morning star play, then absolutely I would take that trade. But because this hourly just ripped down, well, the only way we trade the lower time frame. So, for example, the only way we trade the lower time frame of this candle is based off how the previous hourly candle closed. Well, the previous hourly candle closed with a 1,000 tick bearish breakout. So, if you see an hourly candle selling off with 1,000 ticks, you definitely don't want to be dropping down to the lower time frame and trying to buy that. You try and do that more times than not, you'll get squeezed out. If anything, if you see that big of a sell-off, we should be looking down to lower time frame for shorts, because the markets are pushing down. If you try and, you know, think too much and catch lows or catch tops on gold, gold can just keep squeezing you out all day long. So yeah, definitely a good break even there, man. It's a very, very, very risky trade. Yeah, definitely, Bruno. Definitely. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look at silver. We got London Open coming right up here, guys. Let's see. So silver trying to get back above. Goldie. Again, it's really tough because you're just right at resistance, and you've also just bounced. You kind of got support right here as well. You're in a very, very, very tough range. Same as silver. Silver, you got support right here, and you have resistance right here. Now, I know it's frustrating for London coming in, seeing Asia having so much movement, but you can do one of two things. Like I always say to guys, you can sit here and you can revenge trade and you can get frustrated, or you can just accept it and wait. Yeah, it's annoying, you know, you jump on, Asia's already had a 1,000+ tick sell-off before London's even opened. You can't control that. You can only control what you decide to do with that information. And the best thing that I can decide to do with this information is just wait. Sit on my hands and wait. I'd have to pull on all night to get these Asia moves. But even still, for now, I'll just trade New York. If I have to stay in bed longer, just trade New York. So the nice thing about being in Europe is like you don't have to trade London. If you don't trade London, trade New York. If you don't want to trade New York, then trade London. If me, I could take no trade in London, just trade New York. You get probably much nicer moves, especially when Asia's had that big of a sell-off. It doesn't matter if it's Asia, London, or New York. If any time you guys jump on, you see the markets have sold off, you know, over 1,000 ticks. The best thing you can do is just sit on your hands for a good amount of time. Yeah, definitely, Sean. I really like that as well. I wonder if we're probably going to take until big news to get that move, but yeah, I really like that. I really like that. What time frame have you got that on, man? Owly, silver, yeah, I like that. Let me see. Where have you got silver? So, yeah, like this. Yeah, I reckon you could squeeze that beautifully. People are trying to short this trend line. Now that you've grabbed daily lows, you've grabbed week lows. Yeah, I think this could give a potential swing trade on silver. A really good swing trade. Maybe back up even back up into 80. Maybe it's one to look for in the personal. I'd be surprised if it does just rip out of nowhere. But yeah, definitely one to watch. For a potential swing, it does look very, very, very nice. Very nice. It looks very nice. That's our pretty much perfect trendline liquidity play. So if we can, you know, today you could get some very nice silver longs. If you pull back, grab some lows, then buying into that breakout looks very nice. Is it the same as gold, the trend line? I think it is, yeah. I think it is pretty much the same. Same. Yep, pretty much the same thing. Nice trend line coming down. You've grabbed a lot of lows. Could see price come higher. Does gold have anything in gold? The daily time frame is a bit weird. You've been bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. Gold's been very, very, very choppy. Potential short, longer term. Yeah, there's a trend line coming up here as well. That's why gold's so tough. Because you got huge support, big resistance. It's kind of 50-50. Yeah, there's a trend line coming up here as well. I can see it from both sides, to be honest. On the currency chart, gold closing with a 15-minute evening star. Yes, same as the currency here as well. The reason I wouldn't short this evening star is you're still closing bullish. I would be looking for an evening star now on gold because we're above them previous hourly highs. But this current hour did close above them highs there. So drop down to the 15-30 minute time frame once I have my confirmation, which is kind of now, to be honest. Now we're above previous hourly highs. This could be a level where shorts could get interesting. But you do have VWAP just right here. Oh, there you go. Nice, nice, nice. There you go. Got the NQ longs. Nice. Unfortunately, I don't trade NQ, but it is the nicest setup so far today of our plan. So if you were buying NQ, you buy that hourly fake out right there. Look at that. Great trade. And you're buying back up into these highs here. So that's a lovely trade. NQ with the nicest move so far here. I don't trade NQ. Gold and silver is more consistent for me. But if you do trade NQ, this is our plan to absolute perfection. So you can see our plan working on gold, silver, and NQ. $300 as well, Sam. It's amazing. Good job. The reasons for that trade is you were below weekly, daily lows, and you had a perfect hourly fake out with very, very, very nice targets. There's a great trade right there. Lovely, lovely trade. Technically, very, very, very nice trade. I want to see if gold can potentially find some resistance here in short, just for a small pullback. It's pretty risky. It's risky. Why? Because you've been bouncing pretty aggressively here. But like I say, it's the only thing I see right now. But you guys are doing what I say in Discord. I'm not gonna do. So I'm not gonna sit here and watch this 5 minutes anymore. So I'm not gonna take it. I'll draw up and have a look, but I'm not gonna take it. I want the quality over quantity. But overall today, especially if we get some volume coming in after the New York bank holiday yesterday. Yeah, silver longs, gold longs look very nice. Very, very, very nice. Even if you've got look at this even bigger trend line coming here. Look at this on silver, even a way bigger trend line. Look at this huge trend line. You could bring in some big breakouts. And you could even see silver even come back for a retracement back up into 80. Where does 80 line up with? Lines up this third touch. Lines up with a very, very nice previous support here as well. So this for a bit of a swing trade looks nice. Let me go here. I'm gonna put this on 75. Let's make this 50%. And that's a very, very, very decent range for silver. A very, very, very decent range. Yeah, literally small. Very, very, very small. You could have a great, great, great push. How do you mark support and resistance? Very simply. I'm just trying to judge it based off wick rejections. I'm trying to cut through as many wicks and as little bodies as I can. So if I was drawing support in here, I'm looking here, these nice wicks, these wicks. I'm looking left, nice wick rejection, same here. So I just kind of just go like this and just see how it looks. Oh, cool, that looks pretty nice. You got some nice support, resistance, support. You broke it, little resistance, broke above, broke below, straight back above, nice fake out, support. So this could be a nice bit of a resistance level. Besides support and resistance isn't really part of my plan. It's more so based off liquidity. Yeah, 5k into 80, that's huge, man. That's absolutely huge. My plan is based off liquidity levels, which is the whole reason for NQ longs is not natural gas. NQ longs is liquidity levels. Buying and selling into these daily highs and lows. Levels where most people are trying to buy and sell, we're trying to trade into it. Okay, so trend line coming down, you're trying to trade into the trend line liquidity. Support and resistance is just used to stop me from jumping in the trade too early. As long as you've seen the market consolidate. It depends on what time frame you're looking at, because consolidation doesn't mean you can't get trades. I think last week was a great example of staying patient in these ranges. You know, here was huge ranges. But if you were looking at a higher time frame, I mean, most of when I was trading gold in the earlier days, back in, where was it? I can't remember exactly where it was. I mean, back in like these times where I was trading gold, you were ranging for weeks to months. But that doesn't mean you still can't trade within here though. Yeah, I've seen the markets range. It depends, like I say, it depends on what time frame you're looking at. It will do the exact. This could be an hourly chart, for example. It'll do the exact same thing. But in terms of like how much could we range for a London session, I don't really think about it. I just don't watch it. I just set some alerts and wait for price to break out. Like even here again, you could say this is a huge daily range from April all the way until September. But you can still get great trades in here. But yeah, the markets can range all the way leading up into news. But like I say, range doesn't mean you can't trade. Now, I'm not selling this 5 minute because I literally said I wouldn't yesterday. But if I was, I would be looking for something like this on gold. See if you can get this retracement. Not much really. Actually, not much. Same as what we're saying low time. Just waiting. Just any sense of direction. You're grabbing highs. You're grabbing lows. You're just in a big range on gold. You got massive support. You got massive resistance. I have no idea where gold's gonna go. No idea where gold's gonna go. No, honestly, not really thinking anything right now, to be honest. If you break out, cool. You can maybe get some nice longs. I prefer longs than sells on gold. More so based off your grabbing daily and weekly lows. But you could easily, to be honest, you could see gold. You know, here's your support, here's your resistance. It's a very, very, very tough range right now on gold. A very tough range. But like I say, if you maximize January, you know, when you come onto charts here in February, you're being more patient. Be more patient. Yeah, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. But we don't. Again, you remember, we don't have to. We don't have to know exactly what gold's going to do to make money. We let gold show it our cards, and then we react off it, and then we make money. We don't always have to know what's happening to be able to make money. If you jump on the markets right now, you don't really know what's going on. Perfect. Let the markets come to you. Take a step back. Let price action develop, and then trade. I've taken one trade so far this week. One trade. Yeah, nice. From 4,900. Nice. This one. But yeah, just because it, you know, and again, just because it doesn't really make much sense here for London, that doesn't mean it's not going to make sense the rest of the day. It just means you might want to walk away for London, set some alerts. And then go about your day. Go about your day, let the alerts come off, let the markets come to you. Gold still squeezing higher. Oh, look at that. NQ, look at that for a rip on NQ. NQ was the perfect trade here this morning. Look at that. Great NQ longs. You guys who took down NQ, it was absolutely perfect. Perfect trade. Silver above previous hourly highs, right at $75 as well. You may get a bit of a pullback on silver. Again, if I get a bit of a 30-minute evening star, then I can look for a bit of a short. Potential short. So you got gold coming right back up into that VWAP as well. But if you look at gold in the 5 minute, in terms of where we are currently at, so you're not really doing anything. You're ranging, you're breaking up, you're bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. there's no FOMO here for me on gold. I wouldn't be buying here on gold or silver right now. If you buy here, you start foaming into the trade at any point. I think even if I was gonna, buy silver for a higher time frame move up, I'd want to be a buyer back down at these lows here. So is there the potential that we see this move happen in the next 2 to 3 hours? I would say so. I'd say it's more likely than continuing to go higher. Remember, you guys who were here yesterday, we took the 200 minus 270 yesterday. Before then, price ended up doing exactly what we wanted. You guys remember this short? It's actually US, not EU. I don't know what it says there. Where was our trade yesterday? It took a long time. Oh, what? I can't. Oh, I wanted to skip it on. It took a long time, but we were trying to get these shorts all the way back down yesterday for a decent retracement. And like, it took most of the day, but it did end up like that. It took ages, but it ended up selling off. So we literally just got squeezed out there. Took minus, same trade I've taken so far, minus 270. Squeezed out, ranged, all the way until New York, and then, why is it 65? That's weird. But it did end up selling off right back down to where we thought it would yesterday. Before coming higher, and then coming right back down to these lows as well. So it was nice idea on the silver shorts yesterday. It just took a very long time. A very long time. Just over 200 ticks. Nice, Sean. Nice. Yeah, you're coming right back into that VWAP on gold, so I think it's a good exit there, man. It's a very quiet London session here, unfortunately, guys. Like I say, I want to be taking trades as much as you guys do, but I will not trade in this area on gold. There's no high quality setups for me here. I could have seen this going up. I also could have seen it going down. If I can see a market that looks pretty 50-50, it's a good idea to wait. Hourly buys, fake out buys on NQ had no bottom wick. It did, had a massive bottom wick. Hourly fake out buys had a huge bottom wick. Oh, maybe you mean this candle here, the one that actually faked out. Oh, sorry, yeah, maybe this one. That doesn't really matter too much. It's still. Wait, where's our original chart? I wouldn't be, if I see no bottom wick, then it makes me, like, if this candle had no bottom wick, then yeah, I wouldn't buy it. But this candle having no bottom wick doesn't really mean too much to me. I'm letting this candle close anyway. As long as you close bullish, and I'm just buying this candle. If, where is it? If this candle here had no bottom wick, then yes, I would struggle to buy it. But this candle here, it doesn't really mean too much because I'm not buying this candle anyway. I'm letting this candle close, confirming the fake out, and then taking my trade. The candle with no bottom wick, that's the candle that I have to see closed to actually confirm the trade. So much for you, man. Nice one, Casey. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. It's what we like to hear. Yeah, 30 minutes per. Yeah, 30 minute does. So sometimes I'll just go look at the hourly instead. Hourly looks that nice that you didn't really need to watch it. To be honest, it's nice. You broke below, but right back above. Once this hourly wick's been created, boom! I'll just take the flip straight away. If I was buying NQ, yeah, personally, I'd be in and out. In and out. Taking the move from here to here. You do start working on a Topstep? About April last year, I believe. April-ish time last year. We started the first London streams. I've been streaming on my own channel for the past 3 years or so. But we brought the London Open to the Topstep, yeah, in about, I think it was about, I believe about April or May last year. So NQ definitely definitely the nicest play so far here. Again, silver looks great for a short here. Nice 75, but it's just for a pullback. So personally, I'm not gonna take it. Same as yesterday, I'm not gonna take it because you just got chopped up for so long after a massive push. So you're just gonna drop out of nowhere. It's unlikely. Hourly might close doji, show you a bit of an evening star, and then potentially you short. And that's 40 minutes away. There you go, Bruno. 7th of April. 7th of April 2025. Nice. 7th of April 25, that's crazy. What day was that? It was a Monday, right? 7th of April, yeah. First trading Monday of April. April 25. But yeah, NQ, but out of everything we've looked at this morning, NQ longs are the nicest. I do still think you'll see NQ come up into these higher liquidity levels today, but not for London. Like I said, London, if you get from here to here in London, like that's a solid move, because you could see New York wick all the way back down, and then that's a weird ass question. Yeah, I think so, Bruno. And yeah, for gold guys, wondering why am I not trading gold right now? I'm waiting for a potential short setup to form on gold, because I'm not buying gold this high. You have to wait for maybe a bit of an hourly or 30-minute evening start to shape up. Above them previous hourly highs, though, is definitely a level to start watching. If you wick and hold below these previous hourly highs, then great. 9 AM, you got shorts maybe back down into these 7 AM lows. Not for a huge short, but a bit of a pullback. They're the only real levels I can see right now on gold. That's all I can really see here. It's not the easiest to read gold right now. If you bought the hourly fake out on NQ, the next 30-minute would have closed bearish and almost stopped you out. No, not if you were taking the flip. If you were taking the flip, you wouldn't have been in until it started re-breaking the highs. So if you were taking the flip, you'd be in here. You let the bottom wick happen, you'd be in here. But I mean, even if it would almost stop you out, what is it? What's the question there, man? I'm not sure what it is. It didn't. So I mean, until this is flipped and this is closed bullish, I mean, your stop loss would be like somewhere down here anyway. So even if you did take this 30-minute flip, I mean, I would just take it off the hourly. But as soon as you see it's closed bearish, then all of a sudden this kind of starts coming right back up, or then you go look at that hourly time frame, you start to get that great big wick rejection that you get right back in. But your stop loss wouldn't go below this low here until this candle has like started to re-break the highs. Initially, you should have it down there. Well, if you want to have it below the hourly lows, yeah, it was still fine there. But ideally, you're getting in on the flip of this candle on the 30-minute. Because you're letting the hourly candle open, come down for a bit of a bottom wick, and then you're getting in. So it doesn't really matter too much about the 30-minute. The trade's based off an hourly fake out. So if you always drop down to the lower time frame, always trying to refine, you just end up chopping yourself out so many times. If the trade's based off the hourly, just stick on the hourly. Or if the 30-minute closes bearish, that's fine. But as this candle starts to come back up, you don't need to wait for this candle to close. You just take the flip anyway, because the hourly's gone from looking bearish to all of a sudden getting that nice wick rejection. So therefore, you want to be in it straight away. I think if you worry too much about this, you're overthinking it. It was an hourly fake out, not a 30-minute fake out. So just take the trade. As soon as it starts flipping, you're in. But stops always go below the last liquidity low. Well, that would be here. As soon as this candle re-breaks the highs, then your stop loss goes in here. Stop's always based off the liquidity low, or based off a closure below. If you have your stop down here, but this candle closed like this, cut the trade straight away. Straight away. Let's have a look, Sean. Nice. 200 ticks. That's crazy, man. Goldie. Just gold just chopping. Not really much to do here on gold, unfortunately, guys. Gold's creating a pretty aggressive, messy range, unfortunately. Like I say, guys, it's not what we want to hear. Trust me, I want to be in as many trades as you guys want me to be in, but I will not break the plan and start buying here or selling up here for no reason. Just because gold's already moved, you know, hundreds of ticks in Asia and pre-London. I mean, I'm going to start revenge trading for no reason. 2 micros, nice trade, Sean. Nice trade, man. 2 micros, solid. How much you get? What, 200 ticks? 200 ticks, 2 micros, $400. Amazing, man. Nice trade. Very, very nice trade. Risky, but again, risk reward. You can see it for a pullback. You've broken back above support. Yes, NQ longs have. If I was in these NQ longs, I would be out personally. As soon as you start hitting this VWAP, as soon as you start hit this previous support, yeah, I personally would be out. I do still think you're gonna get yeah, I still think you're gonna see NQ come back up into the highs of like 24,840, the highs of yesterday, but you're very unlikely to do that in London. You can easily see New York, you know, whip around a lot and then maybe get that push. So in terms of for London, yes, I would say longs on NQ are definitely over for me. I would be out as soon as you hit this VWAP, as soon as you hit this previous liquidity level, this resistance, I'd be out straight away. Because London could range before New York gets the real push. But overall, is there still room to see NQ go higher? Yes, you still have 2 very nice liquidity levels. Happy to take the risk. Yeah, nice, Sean. Nice. Crunch numbers on the previous day low getting grabbed. Yeah, beautiful, man. Beautiful. Just got out NQ for 250. Nice, Glenn. Nice trade, man. Nice work. Definitely the cleanest move so far here. But yeah, in terms of London for NQ, yes, I would personally, for me, it's the kind of move's been and gone. You know, it's already for London. That's a great move. For the rest of the day, no, absolutely not. You can still get some great trades the rest of the day, but for London, yes, I would say so. YouTube, guys, I'm going to wrap up here, guys. The markets are just incredibly range bound, so I'm going to walk away for London before I end up, you know, watching these markets and FOMOing into a trade. So I want you guys to do the same thing that I'm going to do. I want you guys to close these charts, set the alerts, and walk away. Remember, day trading doesn't mean you have to be sat in front of the charts all day, every day, just watching the markets go sideways. If you don't see an opportunity shaping up right now, that's fine. Set the alerts, walk away for 1 to 2 hours, monitor on the go, and then once you get an Audi confirmation, then bam, take a trade. And that's how I'm going to approach it for the rest of the day. So I'm not going to watch London here, guys. It's just very choppy. We've broken it all down, what we want to see for the rest of the day. But you need to see price action develop here on gold. I need to see at least, you know, 1 to 2 hourly candle closures. Therefore, I'm like, you know what? Let me walk away, go about the morning, go to the gym, get the mind right, and then see what the New York session brings. So appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. For me personally, I'm going to walk away for London and see what we get for pre-New York. But I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Trade safe, guys. Peace.